Ms. Herman, you are here to prove that Mr. Houston is the biological father of your 2-year-old son, Corey. You contend the defendant duped you and was living a double life. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Houston, you claim that you are not the biological father of Ms. Herman's son and will clear your name when the results are read. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Herman, explain what you mean that Mr. Houston was living a double life.
Mr. Houston was a liar. He was a cheater. He was also a womanizer. And during the time after we had sex, not too long after, I found out he had a wife and children.
Really?
Yes.
How did you find that out?
Your Honor, I like to call this the investigadget stage. That's what I do.
Investigate.
Investigadget. When my woman intuition hits, that's what I do. I investigate.
Okay, and what made your woman's intuition kick in?
So during the time I was pregnant, I had told Mr. Houston that I was pregnant. He said that he would be there for me and my child. After 2 doctor's appointments, he stopped showing up. So I got a little suspicious. So I got my investigation glasses on, you know, and I found out via Facebook that he has a wife and children. And I have the evidence right here, Your Honor.
I'd like to see that. Jerome?
Your Honor, that is a wedding band on his hand.
So you go on Facebook and you see this picture of Mr. Houston and he has a wedding ring on his hand. And so you see the wedding band and then what do?
And then I call him immediately because I was deceived.
You never told her you were married, Mr. Houston?
Never has he ever even brought up the fact that he had children. 5.
Oh. Mr. Houston, you never informed her of these very important details?
When I met her as a gentleman. Before anything, before my father, before my dad, before my liar, before my cheater, before any of these things at all. I'm a man first.
Well, you over here doing a Shakespearean play. Tell me what happened. How is it you end up getting this woman pregnant and she finds you on Facebook with a ring on and a family?
You know, anything I got going on before I met her wasn't her business. You see what I'm saying? I wasn't curious about the extra stuff. I was more curious about getting to know who she was.
So your marriage and your kids and your wife were all extra things?
No, it wasn't extra at all. It was just something that, you know, I didn't communicate with her.
Why?
Well, because, you know, I wasn't trying to go in a direction of being with her or I wasn't going to.
But you didn't use protection when you were sleeping with her.
No, you did not.
Did you tell me?
Don't lie, he did not use a condom, Your Honor. He did not.
Your Honor.
No, the answer is no. Don't
Your
let him lie to you. The answer is no. No, N-O, no.
The night that...
No.
Listen, how did you meet Mr. Houston?
I met him at a club. He was very charming and appealing at the time, buying me shots of Patron. You know, that's an expensive drink. He also had a truck with rims on it and with nice, you know, nice beats in it. So at the young age that I am, I'm thinking like, you know, I'm young and naive. I'm thinking like, he's got it going on.
When did you two become intimate? That same night?
That same night.
After the club?
He took me home to his house. And
I went,
and this is how I did.
Wait a minute. He took you home to his house. Where was his wife and his kid?
I went through the house. I'm looking under bed sheets. I want to see if there's some stilettos or some thongs under here. I want to make sure. I want to be sure. And when I went through all that stuff, there was no sign of no women or no children in that home.
So which house was this, Mr. Houston?
See, the thing is this. I had a homie that just got married. You know, we were celebrating his marriage, you know. I met her during the process. You know, she seemed like she was out of her comfort zone, you know, like she wasn't even supposed to be in this scene.
She wasn't?
Set. She wasn't supposed to be there, you know what I mean? So I approached her. I said, hey, how you doing, you know? We started communicating. She told me her name. I let her know who I was. But
no, you didn't.
No, he didn't. He did, Your Honor. Don't let him lie to you. And then when he do that thing with his eyebrows, he's lying.
See, look,
I'm telling you.
We will not take that testimony as fact. Now, that was a lie, but go ahead.
When I seen that...
You introduced yourself.
I introduced myself. It was more of a, how you doing? What you doing in here? Where you from, you know? And it was cool, but the same energy I was transferring, she was giving back. So it was like she made me feel like she was used to doing this all the time. But I was okay with what was going on because I had plans on taking her home at the end of the day.
And which home is this?
I didn't take her to my home, of course. But my buddy, he got married that day.
So it was his home because now he had a new home with his wife.
Exactly.
So this was like his
This was just like a bachelor bachelor pad, you know.
So how long does this relationship go on?
About a month and a half. When I found out I was pregnant, I told Cortez that I was pregnant, and he didn't say anything on the other line of that phone. He said, "Are you for real?" I said, "Yes, I'm for real." Then he promised that he would be there throughout the whole pregnancy, not just 2 doctors.
At what point do you discover that he has a wife? Are you already pregnant?
Yes.
We need to go back, first of all. Okay, the night before I actually even thought that she was pregnant, okay? I went to stay the night with her because, you know, at this time, my kids were asleep, my wife was asleep too, all right? I was up. I was just up. I was full of energy. Went to the bathroom, I called Carice and I asked her, "What you doing?" She answered the phone at 2 a.m. like I expected. She was ready, okay? I wound up leaving, going over there in my car. I went to her house, and once I got there, she always got it laid out. She would have candles here, candles there. She would have it smelling good. And she always didn't have no clothes on. She always had this one little silk thing that hang tight on her butt. You know what I'm trying to say? Like if she do any kind of extra movement, that booty was showing. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, long story short, I got over there.
I want details, but I don't know if it's
Too much. It's too much. It's too much.
Mr. Houston, did your wife have any idea you were leaving the house at 2 in the morning and sleeping with another woman?
See, the thing is this, we were already on the verge of going through a divorce. Things wasn't what she expected it to be.
Look at his eyebrows.
Maybe you didn't
Look at his
understand my
eyebrows.
question. Did your wife know you left the house to go sleep with another woman?
No, she did not.
Okay. So
I wouldn't have let her know that, Sienna.
Jerome, I think I'm ready to speak to Mr. Houston's wife.
Let's do that.
Oh, no, she here?
Miss Houston is joining us today from her hometown. Hello, Miss Houston.
Hello.
Thank you for joining us today. If you've heard the testimony thus far, you hear that Ms. Herman and your now ex-husband were in a relationship, unfortunately, during your marriage.
Right.
How did you find out about Ms. Herman?
The way I discovered that, they were doing whatever was a message came in his phone and it said, when I have the baby, I want to move in with you. So I'm looking like, who the hell is this? And what is she talking about? And I'm like, so somebody is pregnant by you? I'm trying to get answers. And he playing dumb, wouldn't tell me the truth about it.
You just had to do this,
eventually I end up calling the number and I talked to her.
Oh, you did? You had a conversation?
Yeah. And I explained to her who I was, asked her what was her position and was she really pregnant by him? Was she sure it was his baby, And she was like, yeah, he's the only person I've been with. That's, he said he's going to be there for me and blah, blah, blah. Okay, so you're pregnant. I'm pregnant too. So how does that work?
I thought you said the marriage wasn't what you all both expected and you all were on your way to getting a divorce.
See, I'm in the business of making babies, I have every reason to extend my bloodline. Let me let you know, when I was 10 years old, I lost my superhero, my father, And once I seen my baby, it was really like a replacement because I could see all my dad's features in my child.
You are basically expressing that you experienced an emotional trauma, losing your father.
Exactly.
And you thought by making more children,
I'll be connected with my father.
You will be connecting with your father. At the end of the day, you do have to understand that when you bring children into the world with paternity questions, that's not being a superhero. That's not being the kind of father you say you lost.
I met her at the club. I took her home that night. I had no intentions on getting her pregnant.
But you did not use protection, did you?
I did use condom. I didn't know this woman from
He's
Timbuktu.
lying.
I didn't know her
He
from
did
Timbuktu.
not use protection.
Young Gunga, I didn't know this woman. I didn't know her
He
at
must
all.
be talking about one of the other girls because it wasn't me. I don't like condoms, so I don't use condoms.
Exactly, and I want you to know this.
I'm allergic to latex, so I can use non-latex condoms.
Why do people keep saying they're allergic to latex but not allergic to sex?
This woman tried to trap me.
I mean, it's like
sex at all. You're right.
If you allergic to latex, then you don't need to be having no sex.
When he first brought out the condom, I said, is it a no-latex condom? He told me, no, it's latex. I said, I can't use that. I said, we better off not. No, never mind. I'll just do it anyway.
No, that's not true.
I'll just do it anyway.
I didn't know this woman at all.
Instead of going to get a no-latex
Yana.
condom, I'll just do it anyway. But it wasn't your intent to get me pregnant.
Miss
I
Houston,
use the
at the
con-
end of the day, you're
Why
at
you on that
home.
line like
You
that?
have no idea all this is going on.
None whatsoever. Nope. And he wouldn't be honest about nothing. Like, you know, I gave him plenty of opportunity to, like, just be real. You know, like, we all mess up, we all make mistakes, whatever. But at the same time, like, how do you expect me to be in a relationship with you if I can't trust you to, you know, be honest with me? Like,
Miss Houston, at the end of the day, you're at home pregnant by your husband while he's out impregnating his mistress.
yep.
Shit wasn't that. It's like eating chicken every day. I wanted something else. It had nothing to do with my wife.
Can you please know when to stop when you're ahead?
These women try.
I accepted your baby-making business story because I knew you didn't have the proper words to explain what you were feeling. But you're not gonna sit up in this courtroom and talk about women, beautiful women, are equivalent to some chicken.
Well, that's not what
No,
I'm saying.
you're not gonna do that.
I understand.
So now we need to rephrase.
Okay, then.
So now, Ms. Herman, Mr. Houston testified that he wants to be a dad. Has he been a dad to Corey?
No. He doesn't do anything for Corey at all.
So I didn't buy
He
nothing.
doesn't do anything for Corey
No,
at
this
all.
woman's full of lies today. I don't know why.
Can you-
So what
Can you
have
show
you
your
done?
receipt? Can you
What
show
have
your
you
receipt?
done?
I made sure that I had his first pair of shoes. I got him some booties. I did everything that I was supposed to do as far as making sure he had car seats. I did all those things. Of course, she ain't gonna give me no credit today.
I'm not, because he came to the baby shower and he dropped off 1 pack of diapers.
That's not true. I didn't even go to the baby shower. See?
Your Honor, I can't build a family with somebody that's already got a family. How am I
Woman,
gonna do
it's
that?
the same
How does
woman
that
that
work?
shows up to my house with hickeys on her neck. Actually, it wasn't my house again. It was one of my
But I'm not
homeboys'
his
house.
wife.
Is that why you doubt that you're Corey's father?
That's what I'm trying to let you know. I never tried to make a baby with her. All my other kids, they were intentional. I did try to create this. You know what I'm trying to say?
Listen, if pregnancy required intention, a lot of us wouldn't be in this room
See, the
right
thing
now.
is-
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Pregnancy, let me explain something to you. Pregnancy does not require intention. You don't have to intend to impregnate anyone.
But the thing is this. One night, me laying in her bed, her phone vibrating in the bed. Now, mind you, it's 2 a.m., okay? Who was this text messages coming through 2 a.m.? You know what she said? Don't worry about it.
On my life.
You know what I did when she told me don't worry about it? Because I gave her my time. I left my home to come check on her, you know? She was
Oh,
my-
it's a privilege for her.
You
Yeah, it
did.
wasn't-
Thank you.
It actually was
that
a
you left
privilege.
your wife. I'm second choice. Thank you. I
See, the thing
appreciate
is,
it.
it wasn't second choice.
Mr. Houston, you are walking a tightrope on my last nerve right now.
Your Honor, if she opened the door when I needed to open the door, what makes you think I'm sure she did this already. She had plenty of men over there. I mean, she had hickeys
So
over there.
that's my next question. Ms. Herman, I must ask you, were you entertaining, having sex with
She was.
any other men during the time
She
you
was.
also were having sex with Mr. Houston?
Not during the time I was having sex with Mr. Houston.
She was. I know she was.
So now you're raising Corey all on your own
I've been raising Corey by myself
for
3
2 years, almost 3 years.
Almost 3 years, yeah.
Your Honor, ask her this. Why would she want to make him my child? Why would she want to give me
I
a
don't
baby?
want to.
She know I got kids.
Your Honor, I don't want to make him nothing.
Right.
If he wasn't the father, I promise to God I'll do the Holy Ghost dance all around this
So
courtroom.
you telling me there's no way that nobody
No
else
way.
could be?
If it was, I promise to God. If it's not, you gonna see.
And I love all my kids, but this one, he is not my child. You know, all my kids got the same duck lip. They got the same pointy nose like me. We all got the same thick eyebrows. Corey have a smush nose. You know, his face looks nothing like mine or my father's or my other kids.
So, Ms. Herman, tell me what you want after today's results.
I just want him to step up and be a man, like he says he is, a man before anything. That's all I want him to do.
For Corey.
For Corey.
All right, I have the results for you. Jerome?
Here you go, Your Honor.
Thank you. These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics and they read as follows. In the case of Herman versus Houston, when it comes to 2-year-old Corey Herman, it has been determined by this court. Mr. Houston, you are not the father.
Yes! Thank you, Jesus. I ain't gotta talk to this man not no more.
So you just did all this.
I don't want to hear nothing else you got
know
to
what?
say.
It's
I'm
cool,
free.
you know?
Yep.
Miss Herman, I asked you,
Who came to the
was
bed?
there any other man?
When we were sleeping together, we were sleeping together. I slept with somebody
I'm a little
prior.
tight right now.
So you're saying once you met Mr. Houston, you only slept with him. What the truth is, you were already pregnant.
It's a little
I'm
relief,
assuming
though.
so.
Do
yeah.
you know who your child's father is?
Yeah.
It ain't me.
Does he want to be in Corey's life?
I doubt it.
Hey, look, you now have ruined your family behind a relationship that didn't even produce a child, ultimately.
Yana, I can't feel no worse than I already feel, okay?
Ms. Wyatt, you claim that your husband, Mr. Roberts, is questioning paternity of your 1-year-old daughter, London, and it's driving a wedge into your marriage. You say that you got married after knowing each other for only 2 months, and your husband is denying the child only to hide his cheating ways.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, Mr. Roberts, you say that your uncertainty concerning Ms. Wyatt's daughter stems from the fact that her ex is still in her life.
Yes.
You claim that every time she kicks you out of the house, she calls for him to help, and you wonder what's going on between them.
Yes.
You both agree the marriage is heading south fast and are hoping that the results of this test help you decide if this marriage can be saved.
Yeah.
Now, Ms. Wyatt, describe the current state of your marriage.
Your Honor, our marriage is on the verge of divorce right now. First of all, he's denying our daughter, and I think it's just to cover up the fact that he does a lot of cheating. Like, for instance, one time I went to the store, and a neighbor, he's 17 years old, and he came to the car and was like, hey, and Greg just got upset for nothing. Like, he's just so insecure and so jealous.
Hold on, time out. That is so wrong. Let me tell you something. This guy likes my wife, you feel me? What older woman let a young guy flirt with
He
them?
was speaking.
Knowing kids these days, you feel me?
Your Honor.
They don't respect marriage. They don't respect their elders, you feel me?
But
So,
what husband is going to get upset because a 17-year-old boy is speaking? Like, are you serious? He's a neighbor.
So, let me ask you this. Now, how old are you, Ms. Wyatt?
I'm 33.
And how old are you, Mr.
23.
Roberts? So there's an age difference between the two of you that's significant.
Yes.
Have you given him any reason to feel upset?
I
Yes.
never, ever, ever gave him any reasons to
yes, she
feel
has.
like he should be insecure.
So now, Mr. Roberts, you obviously have a different account. Tell me.
Well, first of all, it's the thing with the exes, you feel me? Every time, like, we went through a problem, she'll send me home. Next thing you know, the exes is at the house.
Your Honor,
Exes?
Your
More
Honor,
than one?
Your Honor,
Yes.
Your Honor, can I say?
Joel, it's
First
two
of all,
them.
first
It's-
of all, I've never ever just called the ex over just to call the ex over. Like,
Okay.
if we get into an argument and he either leaves or I make him go home to his mom, which he loves to do because he always runs back to them, telling them stuff about me. Matter of fact, his mom and his sisters, they all watch him cheat on me.
She's a lie.
They see all of
All
that.
right, now, Mr.
Hold
Roberts,
on, hold
I got to hear from you
Oh,
now
yes, she
because I
does.
want to hear about the exes. Because that's more than one ex,
Right.
you say?
Yes, it's two.
And they're coming over to your house.
Yes. As like an example. You feel me? Like one time the tire went flat.
He couldn't fix
She
it.
had to go to the hospital.
He couldn't fix
She had
it.
to go to the hospital because it was like some issues with the pregnancy. So I went out and tried to change the tire. I didn't have all the tools because when you ride on the rim,
My ex
it's going to
can-
get
I-
jammed.
I have-
That's very possible. When the next morning, you feel me?
I
She
feel
said,
you.
yeah, the next morning, she say, how about I let my ex come fix the tire?
Ms. Wyatt, is that true?
He was out there for 2 hours, like he said, trying to fix.
Well, I feel him because I might have been out there 2 hours too. I
Okay,
mean,
but watch
sometimes
this.
it's hard to change
Okay,
the
but
tire.
let me say this, Your Honor. First of all, the reason why I went to the hospital is I was pregnant and the baby died.
Oh, I'm
So
so
the
sorry to hear
hospital,
that.
they pretty much just gave me something for pain and sent me home. So I was going to my the person that was caring for me, the doctor that was caring for me, so that she can take care of me.
Yeah.
He couldn't fix the tire. The family don't like us. So I had to call whoever else I had to call. I'm in Florida. My family is in California.
So you needed to get
I needed to get where I had to go.
Did
That
you-
should have been
Time out,
understandable.
time out.
It was two exes because
Hold
the
up.
one that could fix the tire
Listen,
didn't have
listen,
transportation.
listen. Listen.
The one that had the transportation brought him. So, and they both have my back. You know, anything that I need, they don't disrespect him in no way. If he's not trying to do it, I'm gonna make it happen.
But Ms. Wyatt, while I understand the nature of your medical emergency, I have to say, you keep talking about your exes having your back. Shouldn't your husband be the person that gets your back?
He doesn't.
But he said he was outside trying to
Exactly.
fix the
So,
tire.
okay, but
Exactly.
he didn't. So what we supposed to do? Just sit and wait?
You wait, like I said,
can't
wait
sit,
till
but
the
see,
next
that's
morning.
his thing. He'll sit
Listen.
and wait. I
Well,
don't
could
sit
you
and
have
wait.
taken a taxi together? Do you have to call another man?
I didn't have no money, Your Honor, and he didn't either.
I need to hear more about your doubts. What other reasons do you have to believe that this child maybe is not yours?
Well,
That's it?
It was one more incident with my best friend. You feel
Oh,
me?
what
And,
incident
like,
is that?
She said she was trying to do it to get back at me, which it probably wasn't even that serious to even go that far.
First of all, Your Honor, you know
I'm
what?
not
What
finished.
happened?
I was with him in the car, and he was like, "Bro, look, your girl texting me. Why is she texting you?"
First of all,
Then
Your
he
Honor.
showed me they've been
First of all, Your
conversating.
Honor,
Then
that's
he
true,
asked her,
that's
"Can you come
true, but he
over?"
was talking to my
So
friend.
your best friend
He was
is
talking to my
texting your
friend.
wife.
Yes.
He was talking to
And-
my friend's friend, and that's true. I did text him, but I was trying to prove a point.
What point?
Throughout our marriage, he had online profiles. He was talking to women. I've had women contact me saying, are you married to him? Because that's my boyfriend. I'm like, we're married. How is that your boyfriend?
Time out,
when
time out.
I don't know any other way.
Online
Honestly, I don't know any other way
Listen.
to let him know how I feel. So I tried to get him back just to prove a point, and so that he can feel how I feel when he cheats on me or when he
So
talks to these
what
women.
did the
Time-
text say, Mr. Roberts?
Can I come over?
And I
stuff
told
like
him
that.
no.
And so, like, I started getting upset. Like, I walked away from
But
him.
that's his. But
Then
that's
I
his
talked-
best friend, who he claims we're like
Why
brothers.
she keep trying to cut me off? What you trying to hide? Like
I
I
don't
was
gotta
saying.
hide nothing. I don't have
Like
to hide
I was
nothing.
saying.
You also said in your statement to the court that you found that your wife, Ms. Wyatt, also has online dating
Yes,
profiles.
she does. Yes, she does.
Do you
Like
have any
the-
evidence of that?
Oh,
Right.
yes, I do.
Oh,
What is this?
Jerome, can you hand me that, please? What is that, Mr. Roberts?
I believe
That's
that's
funny.
Match.com.
This is a dating profile for Ms. Wyatt.
Yes.
And I'm reading a portion that says, I am currently not looking for a relationship, but if nature takes its place, then so be it.
Right.
First, okay, well, I'm gonna
Can
tell
you
you
explain
I'm gonna tell you like this, Your
yourself,
Honor.
Ms.
Like I said, our marriage is on the verge of divorce. Yeah, I got into a marriage just after 2 months of us, but at the same time, it's going on 3 years, and he's not stepping up to the plate, and I'm
Time
getting
out.
tired
Time
of
out.
it. Like I'm just
Like,
getting tired. So
what?
yeah, I made the profiles because at some point I'm gonna move on if he don't tighten up. I have 2 boys and a girl. I feel like I have 3 boys and a girl, and so at the same time, it's like I want to see how it feels to actually be with a real man. So I'm not gonna lie, yeah, I
Real
made
man.
the profiles, but I
She-
told
real
him,
woman.
I told
This
him
is
that
not-
I was
this
gonna
is
move
not a
on.
real woman.
And I'm
So
just
you
gonna
said
move
you
on.
made this profile
I told him I was
after
gonna
you
do
told
it.
him you were going to make it, and
Yeah.
you told him you're pretty much done with
He
this
ignored me
marriage.
and put on some
Time out.
headphones
Who-
and walked
listen,
out, and I continued
listen.
on with my profile. So
Listen,
obviously he
what
don't
ma-
care either.
listen, hold up. What man, you feel me, gon' be always the man if every time a problem go down, you throws him out like almost every week?
Your Honor,
Like
You
every
get thrown out
problem-
every week?
Just about.
everything.
How is he with your daughter?
I don't know. He's okay. He treats all the kids okay, but he doesn't provide. Like he doesn't buy any Pampers, any wipes. I have to do it all. And he been saying, I'm gonna get a job. Okay.
What you waiting for?
I apply to all these jobs. Did you get my resume? Like, I'm trying to figure out what's going on.
Okay,
Or I go to
so
the next
until
one.
you
Or I
find
go
a
to-
job of your choice, something that you're interested in
He's
applying
a
for,
pretty boy, Your
can
Honor.
you
He's a
do
pretty boy.
part-time work?
Yes.
Seasonal work.
I even
He's
try
a
to do
pretty
music.
boy, so he
Listen,
got-
I
he
even
got
try to
certain
do
stuff he
gigs.
wanna
Like,
do.
I'm a musician, so I try to do little gigs, churches,
if he really
everywhere.
want a job, he'll go out there and work for McDonald's if he
it
have to.
pays
If
me
he gotta
not
flip
a lot,
burgers
but
to pay
it's
the rent,
something.
then
You
he'll
feel
flip
me?
them burgers.
And whatever I can, I would do it.
It seems like to me this marriage isn't going the way you thought it would.
Right.
Right.
And as a man, I'm not seeing your commitment on a very basic level, meaning the want and desire to step up, be a husband and father and provide. Is this the case?
Listen.
No, that's
yes.
a yes or no
Yes.
answer. I thought so. And now, moving forward, what was your vision when this all began?
My vision I always saw was with my mom and dad, you feel me? He come in with flowers, or
did
either
that.
they dress in like, I
Last
brought
time
you
he brought
flowers more
was
than
when
once.
he stayed out all night.
You know, I hit like 5th grade and my mom and dad split. Then after that, I didn't always have like the father example always around. And like when my mom started going at it, she used to tell me, I don't like you because I hate your dad. So she used to throw me out. Like, I got through out when I was 15. I literally went out in the streets. I was trying to help out with bills, so I sold drugs.
Do you feel like when Ms. Wyatt throws you out, are you reliving some of those moments?
Yes, the same thing with my mom or what I've been through. Like, I run to other people, which is not always right because I want to run into girls, other
All right.
women.
Exactly.
Ms. Wyatt, I want to hear from your witness. Please stand, ma'am.
How are you, Your Honor?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
All is well. All
You
is
look
well.
beautiful.
Thank you.
Ms. Warren, please state for the court why you don't want your daughter to be with Mr. Roberts.
Well, first of all, Your Honor, this DNA, I think, is just an excuse for Greg because of his cheating ways. Therefore, I don't know why we're here, and I just think he's too young for an immature, and he's not the correct role model for my grandchildren.
And you realize that your daughter picked this man.
I understand that. She had just lost weight, you know, about 150 pounds through a surgery she had. She's a beautiful young lady, beautiful, Your Honor, you know, and I think that me saying that I didn't think it was good, and not only that, just her being insecure and just him rubbing her the right way at the right time.
My thing is, he keeps selling me dreams about playing football. We moved from Florida, which is where I met him, and then I wanted to become, more into the medical field, so I went to California. It didn't work out, so he was like, well, let's go to Georgia. And I don't know anybody in Georgia.
Okay.
So he was like, well, let's go to Georgia. You know, I want to play with the arena football. And I'm like, okay, whatever it's going to do to support you and so that you can help support us, I'm down. We get to Georgia. We've been here in Georgia since, November. He still ain't doing nothing. He's still not working. He's not playing football. Nothing.
Let me ask you something, because I'm not hearing this. Are you enthusiastic about the child you have with Miss Wyatt? I mean, are you an involved father?
Yeah, of course I am.
When
I'm
he's-
very involved with her all the time.
He thinks he's involved
every
because
time.
he lives
As you can see,
with us.
I'm always with her.
He
We're
thinks
always
he's
together.
involved, but
We're
when he goes
always
to his
together.
mom's house, he totally forgets
Okay, listen,
about
when
her.
she sends me
because
home,
he's
it's not like a normal fight. It's like when we fight, it's a big fight. So it's not a fight.
But
I'm
he can- but he-
gonna call you
but
the
he
next
has
day and
other
say, hey, how
kids.
you doing?
Your Honor, he has other kids, and
I'm
he
not-
doesn't
it's
do
not a
that.
fight with
He
them.
doesn't do that with them. It's not a fight with them.
It's not a big fight with them like that.
It's not a
Well,
fight with
listen,
them?
as I'm saying, as being together with them, I never had these biggest fights as I has with
That's
her.
not true, Your Honor.
That's
That
what
is
makes it
totally-
different.
that is not true.
So
of
you
course
have
I can
other
talk to them.
children?
Yes, he does. He
How
has
many other
3.
children do you have?
But
3.
it's 3 other women.
None of those women have an issue with you and the way that you parent?
Well, first of all, they keep me away from my kids when I'm trying to be the father. So that right there makes it more complicated because I want to be in my kids' life. So my dad wasn't there for me. That's why I'm trying to be there.
Father. Your Honor, excuse me. I hope he's not the father. Because he's a
Okay,
young...
why is she talking? I was talking.
Okay, excuse me,
Well,
Your Honor.
first of all, Mr. Roberts, she did interrupt you. However,
Excuse
she
me,
is
Your
an
Honor.
elder, so don't disrespect your elders, not just in this courtroom,
Disrespect,
in life.
time out, first of all.
No.
She
You
always
time out. We're
disrespect
not
me.
on the football
She
field.
always
We're not
disrespect me.
on the
So where
football
he's
field, and
going.
obviously you're not either because you're not getting a check. That's the problem. Because you told me about all these kids, and you running around talking about you gonna be on the football field, but you not, and you calling time
First
out.
of all, I did.
No, we're not time. No, we're gonna time out. We're gonna time out right now. Because I know a little bit about football. And the first thing I know about it, it's about being a team. And you don't seem to know how to do that with your own wife.
How can you be a team with somebody who's not trying to be a team with you?
Now look, judging from the outside, I'm sitting here, I'm not in your marriage every day. I can see she got a lot of mouth and she don't listen. We've seen that here today. But what I can also see is that she provides for your child, she works, she went with you to Georgia when you wanted to follow your dream, and that's what women do when they love and support a man. And I'm trying to understand, if she did all that, why do you doubt her so much, and why do you doubt that this baby is yours?
Like, she'll say, when I, like, say we separate, like, whatever the case may be, I come back, she'll be like, oh, I never talked to any guys. I'm not that
And
type of
that's
person.
true. I've
When you
never
go on her
talked to anyone
Facebook,
else.
you'll see a whole
So
stack
you're
of
saying
messages.
she's got an online
Not true.
profile
Yes.
that looks like she's single.
Yes.
And every time you break up, she's acting as if
That's
she's
not true.
single
Yes.
in your
That's
mind.
not true, Your Honor.
So
And the
you
thing-
doubt whether during the time of conception of this child, whether she was only sleeping with you.
Yes.
Okay, I have the results. Would we like to know what they are?
Yes.
So he can finally shut up.
Your Honor, can I say something, please?
The results are in, Miss Warren. I've heard all the testimony I need to hear. These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics in the case of Wyatt versus Roberts. When it comes to 1-year-old London, Mr. Roberts, you are her father.
Exactly.
Exactly. Are you happy?
Yes, I am.
Are you ready to get in the game? And I'm not talking about football.
Amen for that.
I'm talking about getting in the game
We'll see.
of trying to save
We'll
your
see.
family.
Right.
I think it's obvious Miss Wyatt loves you. She wouldn't have traveled and followed you across the country if she didn't, or got your back financially while you out here living your dream. Do you want to make it work? I know you said it was over and you started your profile, but I saw a lot of passion and emotion here from you today, and I'm a firm believer where there's still emotion, there's still love.
If he can do what he's supposed to do as a husband, as a father, of course.
And he says he wants better. So will you give him a chance
If
to
he
try?
says he wants better, but you have to show me, because actions speak
I
louder
was
than
just
words.
about to
What
say,
attitudes?
will you allow him to try?
I'll allow him to try,
Okay.
but not for another year.
Okay.
So I'm putting him on probation.
I wish you the best of luck, and I'm glad you got the answers
But
that
let me
you
give
wanted.
him a hug. Let me give him
Well,
a hug.
that would be wonderful. That was wonderful. Court is adjourned.